Happy Monday sa ating lahat. Welcome to another edition ng ating Sports Corner PH interviews. Sa bago tayo makapagpunta sa Marriott for another coverage na magaganap po mamayang gabi, i-interviewin po muna natin ang isa sa mga nakakuha ng gold medal in the recent 5th JJAU Southeast Asia Regional Jiu-Jitsu Championship in Siem Reap, Cambodia. I'm referring to Isabel Laureta. Tama ba?
Yes, tama.
Isabel Laureta. And bukod pa dun sa inyong napalanunan ng mga golds dun sa Cambodia, she also won the gold sa Marianas Pro and then sa Grappling Industries Malaysia. And we got to talk about yung journey of success, journey ng pagsusumika, pag-iirap para makamtan niya yung triple gold medal finish. At the same time, yung ibang interest at hobbies niya ng ating bisitan si Isabel na mamaya natin pag-uusapan. So Isabel, welcome sa Sports Corner and thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you also for inviting me. Appreciate it.
And thank you rin kay Anjon Roneses dahil siya po yung nag-message sa amin na pwede nating maugot si Isabel para dito sa ating interviews. And of course, thank you rin sa pag-contribute niya dito sa ating story. Na sabihin natin, it is a newsworthy item, ika nga. At lahat ng sasabihin din natin ay ilalabas din natin this coming Sunday sa ating Giant People's Journal tonight, care of Ed Andaya. So, Isabel, first of all, alam ko nakapag-jet lag ka na kasi kakabalik lang sa Pilipinas. Pero kumusta na po kayo right after itong gold medal finish? It was a scintillating run for you na naka 3 golds.
Well, to be fair, like if you really want to expose yourself to new challenges, and because I want to get better, I want to be able to learn from different athletes as well. So it's not always about being in your safe zone. So it's understandable sometimes whenever we compete, right? It's stressful, you get worried, and at the same time, I wanted to push myself. So during the Open Marianas, that was in Taiwan. This was actually after my beach games. So because I wanted to improve based on my performance, I had to push myself and look for some competitions that are close by and affordable, since I had to be the one to shell out for that. It's the same with Malaysia as well, because um, I wanted to also use that to prepare for Cambodia. So it was a good thing that at least I managed to find at least around maybe one or two people who registered in my division and practiced using around 52 kilograms. So I had to practice there. Then eventually it led to at least giving me a good boost for Cambodia.
By the way, Isabel is also representing niya, bagit niya kanina, yung Asian Beach Games. I remember Ali Ramirez won the gold there. And Alex Enriquez din. Na both of them will be playing nga doon sa 20th Asian Games next month. And nakasabayan mo nga yung mga ilang mga world champions ninyo sa mga sa inyong pag-lauk nga sa mga different international competitions. How does it feel na, of course, nakita na natin, na-train ka with Annie, na-train ka with, of course, another world champion, Kim Custodio, na Asian Games bound, at nakakasalamuha, nagko-compete din for flag and country.
So when I get to train with them, of course, like as much as I can, like I always keep asking questions. I want to be able to ask what's something I can improve on, and at least based on what I have so far, I try my best to like see what else I can be doing or how creative I can get with while we train with, of course, sila Coach Kim, Coach Annie, Coach Jolly din. All of the athletes are great, and it's an honor to actually always get the chance to improve, even if it's just the slightest per day. I make sure to use that to take note and use that to help improve my game at least. So it's always a privilege to be able to learn from all of them.
By the way, this is not the first time na maglaro sa regionals cause naglaro ka rin pala before dun sa Inos natin sa Pasig, yung the last
Yes.
edition.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was my first, technically the first international comp. So at the time, I was in the pool, but not one of the representatives for 52 kilograms. So I just told myself, why not? Let's just see what happens from there. And lo and behold, like because I kept trying, and the mindset that helped me push through was really, if you really wanna get the chance and expose yourself to something new, especially regionals, other competitions that are like Asian champs as well. I wanted to keep trying. So I was happy that I managed to bag gold. So because of that, I managed to get a chance to go through SEA Games also last year. That was my first time competing actually abroad to Thailand.
Okay, and you won the bronze nga pala sa mixed team event. Kasabay rin ng mga iba pa mga fighters from the
Mm.
combat, fighting, duo, saka show. Parang malaking delegation ika nga at least nakapag-ambag ka rin ng bronze medal, tansong medalya doon sa biennial meet ika nga, your very first SEA Games appearance dyan sa Thailand.
Yeah, that was my first SEA Games. So
Pero looking back muna sa inyong journey nga pala, paano ka nag-umpisa? Sa mga viewers natin, sa mga hindi pa aware, paano ka ba nag-umpisa? By the way, anong age mo na yon?
sorry, you were choppy. What was that?
Anong age mo na yon?
Oh, I turned 27.
Kaka-birthday mo noong
June.
June pa, okay. And of course, you actually started out jiu-jitsu as a recreational tool. Pero di kalaunan, minahal mo na ng gusto at ito rin nagsisilbing pathway na rin para makapag-represent nga ikaw sa mga iba't ibang mga international competitions. So, why Isabel started doing jiu-jitsu na dati, sabihin natin, male-dominated sport, but in the
Yeah.
recent years, we have several world champions na kapabaihan, Ani, Meg Ochoa, King Custodio, parang
Mm.
nag-inspire sa'yo, nag-drive sa inyo na, oh, pwede ka na mag-represent sa country. Tell us your journey nga sa jiu-jitsu mo.
So I actually started at while I was in college at 19. So because it was still probably fresh, the sport wasn't growing as much yet. Coach Kim was actually my first coach in jiu-jitsu. My dad managed to find jiu-jitsu online, and we found MDS. So that was where actually started from there. So around like June 2019, I started to train with them probably twice to four times a week and getting the hang of it. My first competition was around March 2020. So that was before the pandemic. Then sadly we had to stop, right? We even tried doing online training. It was kind of hard, but luckily when the pandemic was already dying down, we were able to train around May 2022 for especially for me because I had to, get a get used to commuting, making sure I have the time to actually train. And at the time, I was still in college as well because ayun, pandemic was slowing us down. We had to adjust and everything. So technically, this year is like my fifth year in jiu-jitsu because after coming back from pandemic, I competed again around 2022. Things didn't turn out well for me because of course when you join competitions for the first time, even if it's just twice, you still need to get used to everything, right? Especially with pressure, physically and mentally. And because I was so how do I say this, more of competitive, I wanted to push myself to get better, and it was a sport that actually made me learn how to be patient with myself. And learn how to be okay with certain things that don't turn your that don't go your way. So because what Coach Kim told me, like it's okay to, there are times you will have losses. There are times that things don't go your way and you have to adjust, right? So because I wanted to get better, I made sure to like even train as much as I can based on my pace. Obviously, you can't always overtrain your body. Eventually, my first comp that I had, my first win was blue belt AJP. That was around 2023. Then eventually, I think I had probably 1.5 years as a blue belt. Then I turned purple by 2024, around December. Yeah. Then from there, I kept trying and trying. More comps, more challenges, different people as well. Then eventually, because I tried out for trials, I wanted to see if there was a chance for me to go abroad. Then last year was actually that breakthrough after even joining regionals, then getting a chance to go to SEA Games. So that's why this year is more of like growth and seeing what I can keep in my game, what can be improved, and I want to be able to grow as a person as well, not just an athlete, because it taught me so much about life itself. Because like when you're in the sport, it's always gonna be harder. The more challenges you go through, the harder it gets. But you also have to like see how you can push through with it, even at your own pace. So that's why like I kept going even through the hardships that I had to go through as an athlete. And now because I'm getting more exposed to international comps, it's something new to me as well with how I should be able to handle the pressure with seeing familiar faces in the competition at the same time new ones. So throughout the journey that I have right now, I can say that it's challenging, but I'm happy that I have this opportunity to actually get exposed to something like this. Because your body can only do so much, and at this age, I'm happy that I'm still able to push through with it.
Okay. And by the way, Isabel is part of Calpe GM Manila. Under kina Coach Kim and Myron Mangubat din, one of the coaches too, no? Yung partner ni Kim, si
Uh,
Mayon. Marlo.
yes,
Mylon.
Myron Mangu. Hmm.
Okay. And anong belt mo na ngayon sa Jiu-Jitsu? Anong belt mo?
I want to see how far I can go. So as of the moment, I want to see the limits of what I can do, and if it's possible to get through that, that's great. And pretty much this whole year is more of learning. Then hopefully by next year, I want to be able to see what I can use, what I have done so far this year. So
Pero,
pretty
oh, kasi ang tinutukoy ko, anong belt mo na, Isabel? Yan yung sa mga goals and expectations. So, anong belt mo na yon? Level mo na yon, belt.
belt. Oh, belt. Purple right now.
Purple belt, okay. And of course, Isabel, yung mga fundamentals and of course yung strategies na ginawa sa inyo ng mga coaches, tumalab ba para sa iyo? Not to mention niya, nabanggit mo kanina, meron kayo mga struggles, hardships, trials along the way. Pero pinagtibay mo pa rin, you strengthen your, and you overcome it as you added nga into this high level competition na inyong sinasalihan nyo and recently nananalo ka.
Mm, yeah. So I'm grateful for the people who actually helped me get through this. Especially sila Coach Kim, Coach Marion, they were the ones who helped me start up the sport overall. Then same with sila Coach Alan and Coach Jolly. They're the ones who I also go to a lot during the afternoon. And whenever I have the time, even Coach Jag, I actually go to him as well during the evenings whenever I have the chance to learn from him. Okay, like through the people I've learned from and the teammates I rode with and the friends that that helped me, you know, keep it together, I am able to develop whatever I have right now. That's why like so far I'm on the verge of trying to see what else I can add from there and improve.
Okay, so let's discuss further yung tatlong competitions na yun na sinalihan. One is
Mm.
Mayanas, the other is Grappling Industries Malaysia, and then yung JJAU Regionals dyan po sa Cambodia. Walk us through with what happened and of course, ano ba ang inyong sikreto kung bakit nga nagkaroon ka ng triple gold medal rush in those particular competitions na nag-join ka. And of course, grateful of course for this opportunity nga to represent the country in the international stage of Jiu-Jitsu.
With Taiwan, Marianas Open, since that was after Beach Games, I wanted to use that as a way to not just, test out the game. It was also for my mental state because when it comes to being able to go abroad and compete with different people, you don't know what's going to happen, especially you need to be prepared with whatever you have, use what you know, and see if it works. So, what helped me the most was at least, learning how to breathe and calm yourself. I actually also tried, going to the sports psych as well because there are times like I feel I might doubt myself or there are things I may overthink about. So at least other than training physically, I want to be able to train myself mentally as well. So the main thing that I learned when it comes to competing is it's okay whatever happens with the result. That doesn't erase the path or the progress you've made throughout the years I've been competing. So when I went to Taiwan, it was actually planned mm, 1 week before I actually left because it's hard to find people in my division, especially locally, because eventually, since the sport is still growing, uh, it's not always guaranteed that certain people in my division, particularly, especially purple belt, would always compete, right? More or less, it might be the same people, and it happens also in other countries. That's why Taiwan seemed to be at least affordable in my perspective. So from there, I thought, okay, because somebody registered, I might as well register too. So one girl registered first for both the light feather and open weight. Then eventually, two more girls actually registered for the open weight. So when I arrived, I managed to get there, and it was a bit. At first, I thought I wouldn't be able to get the fight because me in the light feather and then another girl from featherweight, our opponents didn't show up because probably schedule, maybe. But luckily, the two of them came. So what happened during Absolute? Um, I managed to have two fights. One of them looked like she had some experience as well in an international comp, so that was also nerve wracking for me. But what I did to calm myself was to breathe in slowly and in. From there, I made sure to just tell myself, just get the grips that you need, set up what you have, and then if you manage to pull properly, start your game from there. So after winning my first match, that helped me calm down and get into the momentum. That's what helped me win the absolute, which also gave me the ticket for Guam. So hopefully that pushes through as well because I'll be competing in October. Then for Malaysia, that was also uh, rushed in a way because I think by the time I registered, I wasn't sure if that one girl would be registering as well. Um, but by the time it was probably around Tuesday, she approved. So I managed to find a flight and stayed in Malaysia for 4 days. Same thing, because I don't know how she plays exactly or how she'll respond to me. I needed to be sure with how I would approach this mentally. So I wanted to tell myself, whatever happens with the result that you have, this is a way to collect data. It's not always about the medals, it's not always about winning, but it's you being able to learn how to adjust regardless of the situation or whatever result that you have. But of course, um, after learning how to trust myself more, I managed to do the game that I wanted. And because in grappling industries, regardless if you have one opponent, you will have two fights. So by the second fight, I was able to do more than what I usually do, and I was happy about that. That's why um, after that, I used that momentum to prepare for Cambodia. And in Cambodia, what made it more special to me actually was because there are certain people that we usually compete against. The first fight was actually Vietnam, and she was my first fight during my first regionals last year. So from there, I did the same thing. I made sure to breathe. I listened to some music that helped me mentally prepare. From there, I kept telling myself, you're in the room, you deserve to be here. Medals are a bonus, and it's great that most of our team actually got medals, and I'm happy for them, and I'm glad to be able to compete with them too, because it's an honor, and it's a privilege to learn from everybody. That's why like being among them, that being amongst them was it's always fun and great to be with them. So after winning my first match, I got the momentum in. So 3 matches in, I had to get gold. Vietnam, then two Singapore. So the second one, I managed to at least be patient as well with my game because obviously the more you expose yourself with the people that you will be competing against internationally, they will know your game. That's why as much as I can, I try to be creative a bit and time myself properly to at my advantage. That's why I was happy with how I went up against Singapore for semifinals and then the finals. Even if it's a simple game, I'm glad it was able to push through and work. That's how I managed to get gold for Cambodia.
Okay, so medyo mahaba-haba yung naging pagtaak ng landas at direksyon ni Isabel nga dito sa mga competitions na yon. Pero your next competition, by the way, is Marianas Open, tama po ba? Sa
It's
Guam?
in, yeah, oo, yeah.
That will be this October. So, back to training mode na rin si Isabel. So, how do you prepare nga dito sa Marianas? Which is, of course, luckily, you actually got the ticket
Yeah.
by winning dun sa Taiwan, no?
Mm-mm.
So, how's the preparations na for the Marianas sa Guam?
Pretty much the same thing. Just making sure I have enough rest, getting in my roles, learning the lessons that are being taught, and at the same time, sharpening my game pretty much. That's why I try to make sure that I have enough time to put everything together, just so that I'm not too burnt out. Because, training can be exhausting. And the transfer, because I come from Cainta all the way to Makati, almost every day.
Okay. Are you grateful nga pala dahil of course, at least na cope up ka sa ganitong situations and at the same
Mhm.
time, you manage to lead yung ating team na rin kasi hakot medalya, not just yung adults, yung not just yung mga youth natin doon sa Southeast Asia, And we managed to take second place overall among all the participating nations dyan sa Southeast Asia Championship.
Mm. Oh, wait, sorry.
Ah,
What was
ah,
the
how do you see nga pala itong pagkapanalo ng second place overall ng Team Pilipinas dyan sa JJAU Southeast Asian Championship as a moral boost para sa buong grupo whether adults and of course the youth?
It's inspiring to see all of my teammates actually get that momentum going. So it does help a lot with seeing our teammates win. And of course, yeah, it's a privilege again to learn from them. Kaya like I always tell myself to get the most out of what I have with the national team because you learn so much with different styles, regardless if it's them from the adults division to youth actually. So it's inspiring and fun to watch too because like you don't know how exactly they adjust their game depending on the people because everybody's different. So it's always nice to see how all different styles are able to work based on the person.
Okay, so let's discuss yung inyong interest outside of jiu-jitsu. Parang sabihin natin breaking the stereotypes, ika nga. I'm talking
Mm.
about Isabel is actually a cosplayer and also a aspiring fashion designer na rin under a secret names, ika nga. Kasi may tawagan pa yan yung pagiging cosplayer at pagiging fashion designer. And by the way, she's also a graduate nga ng De La Salle University, kung hindi niyo po alam eh. So, kamusta ang buhay ng pagiging cosplayer, ng pagiging isang fashion designer, while striving nga pala to continue nga yung journey niyo pagdating sa jiu-jitsu and how's worth it?
To be to be honest, it's hard to juggle everything. So I try to find time to do the hobbies that I enjoy because like as much as I love the sport, I need to breathe too. So whenever I have a rest day, I actually do it on that rest day. So as much as possible, I have around maybe two max for per week. So whenever I have commissions to make for somebody or I actually help fix geese as well. So some of my teammates would go to me as to help patch up some holes and everything. Or if they ask me to make something for them, I'm always a message away. So that also I actually help one of my coaches make their kids costume, like the top costume. That was one. And pretty much with the cosplay thing, kung may convention, if there's a market, and if I have a character I want to go as, I just usually go with whatever I feel and, just to use it as a de-stressor. Yun talaga yung kailangan ko eh. Kasi parang, other than the sport, I want to be creative. I don't want to stay as just an athlete who might do a desk job or whatever role that is, but not saying it's a bad thing. I just want to make myself more different. So that's why like I enjoy doing cosplay and being a fashion designer because you get to be creative while like um it makes me happy too that whenever people ask me like, hey, what do you do, like, oh, I do jiu-jitsu, like, and I also do cosplay, like, oh, I do cosplay pala. So parang I want to be able to give off that um creative vibe, like if you're not just creative in the sport, but you can also be creative outside of it. So if you're an artist of any kind, that's why I look up to um people who actually do art because you get to express yourself in different ways. So as much as I can, I try to work on that while I'm outside of the gym.
All right, last question before we end. How do you see nga pala yung growth and of course the opportunity that you are delivering when it comes nga sa patuloy na paglaok nga consistent playing of jiu-jitsu in representing the international stage as part of Team Pilipinas?
I do see myself growing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what I'm capable of. And same goes for everybody here in the team and re- uh, not only just in Carpe Diem, but also in other teams and the national representatives. I want to be able to be one of those people who gets to see it right in person, and it's exciting to be able to go to be able to grow with them. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that everybody's gonna go very far into the sport.
All right. So thank you so much, Isabel. Again, congratulations on your successful three-peat in different competitions in Asia. And we're looking forward to see each your name sa iba't ibang mga competitions. Quickly, ang goal mo talaga is of course World Championship ba?
I mean, hey, like if it's possible for si the Coach Kim, si Coach Annie, like why not dream big, you know? So if it does happen, great. If not yet, it's okay. Like, baby steps.
All right, and step by step forward until you reach nga yung dream natin of becoming a world champion someday, like your coach, your first ever coach, Kim
Yes.
Custodio. And we're also rooting nga for the team of Philippine Jiu-Jitsu going into the Asian Games sa Nagoya. Sana magka three-peat si Andrew Ramirez kasi siya po yung champion.
Honestly, I don't doubt them. I'm pretty sure a lot of them will medal. Lalo na sila for the women's division and the men's division. They're a strong group of people, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna do great. Yeah.
And of course, we definitely say good luck. Laban Pilipinas po. So, Isabel, may mga gusto kayong batiin, pasalamatan. Uh, in honoring your victory, kanina mo dinededicate ang panalong ito?
Sorry? Medyo na choppy lang. Sorry.
Kanina mo dinededicate ang panalo nito. It's your time to thank all those who have supported you from day one.
For sure, for sure. Carpe diem all the way. My friends in and outside of the team, my coaches, sila Coach Kim, Myron, Coach Jolly, Coach Alan, Coach Jag, lahat sila. Same with my parents who supported me since college, my partner as well, my family, everybody. I couldn't have gotten this far without all of their support. So kudos to them for believing in me until now.
All right. So thank you so much, Isabel. And thank you din kay Aunt Dion, your partner, for coordinating with us. Baka pwede mo mag-shoutout ka kay Aunt Dion.
Hi, Andy. Thanks for actually getting me here. And yung nag-message pa siya eh. So, thank you.
Siya po yung nag-coordinate at nag-message sa akin na, bagay pala yung picture natin. Love, love! Baka, at least, very supportive nga ang iyong partner niya sa inyong aspirations and goals ninyo sa inyong buhay na pagiging atleta, pagiging cosplayer, pagiging fashion designer. And we could see nga yourself as, sabihin natin, one of the shining stars in the future of Philippine Jiu-Jitsu, and we're rooting for you, supporting you along the way. Thank you so much for having us here sa ating program, and congratulations again for that impressive feat sa Cambodia, sa Malaysia, sa Taiwan, and who knows, pati sa Guam, hopefully soon.
Yeah. Oo.
Alright.
Whatever happens, happy na ako with everything right now. So, yun.
Ayan. So, thank you so much. And by the way, DLSU din. Yung mga alumni niyo, yung students niyo sa Lasal.
Sorry, what?
Yung
Medyo
mga students niyo, yung alumni mo sa Lasal dati.
Oh. Yeah. I do miss everybody there. Like, everybody already moved on with their lives. Oh.
They move on to their respective lives, and of course, we're so happy nga na of course from the top Avenue campus into the world stage, makita namin ang inyong sarili na of course mag-grow better and of course to change for the good nga for Philippine Jiu-Jitsu and the world. So thank you so much, Isabel, and until next time, we hope to see you soon, and of course, good luck po sa inyong magiging mga competitions pa sa inyarap. Bye-bye po, maraming salamat po, and God bless!
Thank you.
Salamat po.